Rumbledethumps. It's such a cute little name, isn't it?
I swear to God, you just want to say the name.
I do. It's the only reason I want to do this recipe, because it's so cute. But I am going to do a little bit of a different take on the traditional Rumbledethump, because we are going to do individual ones. Could you slice some leek for me, please,
Of course
Mike?
I can.
So look, this is a great way of getting the whole family eating more veggies, basically. You know, I love making veggies integral parts and really fun parts of the meal, not the boring part of the meal on the side, you know. Make it really fun.
This is giving me sort of bubble and squeak vibes.
Yeah, it's definitely a take on that. You know, and it's a way also to use up some leftover veggies, you know, that are in the fridge. So whatever veggies you've got left over in the bottom of the fridge, honestly, can go into that. I'm going to use some broccoli, I'm using cabbage, we're using the leek. Leek rather than onion, because sometimes I want, I don't know, more of that delicate flavour. I reckon leeks are really underused.
Oh, so underused. I love them.
Yeah,
Absolutely love them. So good in so many things, especially tarts.
Yeah.
I love a leek.
So all we're going to do is saute off, and I should say I've already pre-cooked my potatoes. So if you're doing this from scratch, get your potatoes on to boil first. I'm leaving them in their skins. I want the full goodness of the whole potato. And look, let's not forget how nutritious potatoes are. They're a whole food. They've got loads of nutrients in them. They are not just carbs, as people seem to think they are. They've got stacks of nutrients in there. So do use your potatoes, and we're combining it with all these different veggies. So when our oil is nice and hot, I'm going to pop those leeks straight in there. So just like you would with onions at the beginning, they're in the same family. It's the allium family. And we'll just saute them off nicely in our pan. And do the veggies kind of quite small, because they're going to go into our little individual ramekins. The other way to do this, and the traditional way of doing this dish, is to do it in one big sort of pan or flan dish.
And then you what? Like bake the whole thing?
Bake the whole thing, yeah. And then serve it up directly from that pan.
Yeah.
But this just makes it, I don't know, a little bit more fun getting your own individual ones.
Yeah.
And I like how you can get sort of some crispiness, and there'll be cheese on top. Ooh. It's just really, really delicious.
You Scots do love your potato dishes.
We do. We
Almost
do. Well,
it's almost as much as the Irish.
Yeah. Yeah. You know why? Because it's cold weather, and you want those root vegetables, or what, you know, grew really, really well. And also, potatoes could have been, you know, gathered and then stored for a long, long time.
Right?
Yeah. So it got you through the winter eating your stored potatoes.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. So I'm going to add my broccoli, the rest of the leeks in there. And you've also chopped me some garlic. So maybe I'll get you mashing some potatoes for me, Mike.
Sure.
That'd be great. So
Skin on, yeah, of course.
Skin on.
Don't ignore me. Ignore
Skin
me.
on.
Silly Mike.
I'm just trying to think if I ever peel potatoes, and I don't think I do.
I don't think you have.
So the potatoes I've cooked, and I've just let them cool just slightly. In goes our broccoli, and then I am going to salt my veggies. Bit of seasoning in there. And some black pepper.
These are great. It really is a really good potato. You can
I
always tell
love-
like the colour of it when you mash it.
I was just
Skin
about
on.
to say,
It's
that
beautiful.
golden colour is just
Yeah.
gorgeous. And then we could just do some herbs, Mike.
Yeah.
We've got some thyme and some parsley. A little bit of spring onion. I'm not going to put all of the green in. We've got quite a lot of green going on there. So the spring onion, I'm going to pop straight into my mashed potato mix. Another little sprinkle of salt and some black pepper. And some extra virgin olive oil.
This has got Joe written all over it. Some good tatties.
I've gotta
Some
say-
lots of veggies.
Yeah. The
Good
extra
olive
virgin
oil.
olive oil probably wasn't the Scottish. It probably would have been butter, I'm guessing, back in the day. So forgive me, Scottish people, but yeah, no, I'm putting my extra virgin olive oil in there. And then start to give that a nice mix up. Our veggies have just softened, so I can turn that off. I'm going to throw my veggies into the mix.
How about this cabbage you've got here, Joe?
And the cabbage, yeah, I don't need to cook the cabbage, so I was just going to add
Okay.
a little bit direct into this.
I like that. So then you got the textural contrast with the cabbage.
Yeah. Okay, so my cabbage goes in. But you know what? If you've got carrots at the bottom of the fridge, if you've got parsnips, if you've got turnip is another very traditional Scottish veggie. Yeah, all of that can go in here. But I quite like the green colour that I'm getting from the veggies that I've got here. I'm just looking at it thinking some green frozen peas would be good in this too.
Oh, yeah.
You can just see how good that is for you. Look at that colour. That beautiful green. I'm always telling everyone you need more greens in your day. Natural greens, that is.
But what a fun way of getting it in,
It is.
It's a nice way of doing it.
Making veggies fun.
Yeah.
That and making them delicious. That is exactly how to do it.
And because you don't need to be, anything particular with the way you're chopping, I can see why it's a family one.
Yeah.
I can imagine me teaching the kids, they could use scissors or whatever to cut the broccoli and the veggies, and it doesn't matter once it's in that mash.
Exactly.
It's a nice one to do together.
And it's quick and fun. Yeah. So I've got my ramekin here that are, a nice big muffin. If you've got one of those big muffin tins, that's going to work really, really well. And I have just oiled it. This is a non-stick one, but I've also oiled it with some extra virgin olive oil just to help these pop out nice and easily once they're baked. And you're just going to squash it in. You want to just compress it a little bit. And then, actually, Mike, I could get you to grate the cheese because we are going to pop some. You can use Parmesan cheese. I'm going to use a cheddar because I like that sort of melted, nicely browned kind of look that you get from cheddar on the top. And, these go really well with, I don't know, if you're doing a roast or if you're doing a piece of fish or you're doing a piece of chicken.
Breakfast.
Or breakfast with eggs.
Egg on top. What a great way to
Yeah,
rub it in
that's
like
a
a
great
hash brown
idea.
or something like that, or a rosti.
Yeah, nice.
Lots of veggies from the start of the day, Jo.
I like it. I like it, like it, like it. Yeah, if you're going to get your 5 serves of veggies in, you need to do it in more than one meal.
Yeah.
So why not breakfast? Now I'm going to have more filling than I really need for my one ramekin tray. But, if you do have any lefties, actually, you could just fry that as a rosti.
I've got a really good use for it, Jo. Don't need to do anything else.
So our cheese goes on top. Nice strong cheddar. I suggest using a nice mature, beautifully sharp cheddar. Works really nicely for the flavour. I've got my oven preheating to 180. This is going to go in for about 20-25 minutes. Just check them after 20 minutes. Everyone's oven's a little bit different, depending whether you're fan forced or whether it's conventional heat, until they're nice and golden brown on top, looking nice and crispy. I'm being generous with the cheese.
Very generous. I like it.
Cheese, it's protein, calcium, riboflavin. Good for you. I'm going to pop it in the oven. Oh, look, how fun is that? This is making veggies fun, Mike.
I love that, Jo. It should be your tagline.
Dr. Joe, making veggies fun. So just run a knife around. We greased our pan, so hopefully this is going to lift out really nicely.
Yeah, looks
Just
like
going
it.
to try and get my spatula underneath.
Look at that.
Pop them out onto the pan.
I love the crispy top.
Lovely, and cheese and veggies and potato. What is not to love about this?
It's almost like a posh bubble and squeak, honestly.
Yeah. The English version is Bubble and Squeak. This is my Scottish version, the Rumbledethumps. And I think there's an Irish version too, called Cannon.
Yeah.
They're all versions of the same thing. And, it's just a delicious way. Using up veg, using potatoes in a different way, getting all that goodness. And all I've done is just put them into little individual ones, just for a bit of fun.
Very cute.
So, Mike, I really loved your idea of serving these for breakfast with like a poached or a fried egg.
I'm definitely going to do it, Jo. Great way to get veggies into my kids for breakfast. With cheese and an egg on top. Yum!
Yeah, so this is literally mashed potatoes, the skin was on, loads of veggies through it, some cheese on top. Absolutely delicious. Serve it as a side dish, or there's our top tip. It's breakfast with an egg, Rumbledethumps.